It's really hard to come back to yourself after times of down. You know, you go up and then you go down, and it's not always like that. You're not going to just do that for the rest of your life, but for periods of learning and transforming and embracing change because it's for the better, the down feels like, oh my fuck, it's so heavy. It's so much to take in. And in those times when everything is feeling like it's coming in on you, when the world feels like it's caving in on you, that is when your faith matters most. That is when the hope and belief in your heart that it's working out no matter what, that's when it really holds feet, I guess. I don't know the word. Because it's during those times you come to learn more about yourself and who you are. Because you don't learn about yourself just through positive. You learn about yourself through times of negativity. You come to understand how powerful you really are. They do say that you see someone's true character in times of bad rather than times of good. Whether they're able to come back from it, you know, get back up, dust themselves off, and keep on moving. It's not just this sort of like triumphant, okay, I've been through the grill, I can get back up and I can jump back up now, like I'm ready, oh, I'm feeling so great now. It's not always like that. There are times like that, but then there are also times where you're like, okay, I've understood what I needed to understand. I've learned a lot from this. And as hard as it is, as really frustrating and confusing as it is, I'm gonna be patient with myself. It doesn't mean enable. It doesn't mean enable old habits or old patterns to return. But what it means is that effort is different to action. Like, this is what I think people kind of mess up on. I feel like a lot of other people who talk about these topics kind of insinuate that you need to be doing, I do this and I do that and I did, but then it's like, hang on a minute, like, where's the room to actually be if you're constantly doing? And when I say being, I don't mean like sitting there on the TV, sitting there by the TV, like eating junk food and crap and doing fuck all. That's not being, that's consuming, which in a way is doing, but in the complete opposite spectrum. You know, you want to be feeding your soul, not feeding your, like, you want to be feeding your soul and your mind and your gut good things, not bad things. It's okay to indulge every once in a while, but don't overdo it. Because there's no secular one way to do something, or one aim to look at. There are so many different aims, you know? And you can start off one by one, but I think people can sometimes get clouded by the ability to overwhelm themselves. Think that if I don't do it this way, or if I don't do it in this exact structured routine, then it's not going to happen. And if that's the way you think, then clearly you never believed that you really could do it in the first place. And that doesn't mean that action and inspired action isn't important, but you need to hold the belief that no matter what, no matter how it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's happening. Life happens for us. Life happens to teach us so many different things. And what I'm saying is, we can't control the lessons that we are met with. We can control how we go about it, how we feel about them, and what we see them as, our perspective on them. That's what we can control. So this really cynical, dogmatic mindset of you can have dreams and hopes, but you don't know the way life is going to take you and you just have to deal with it. I'm like, fuck that shit, man. No way. You know, I mean, I am so grateful and privileged to have the ability to honestly believe that no matter what is thrown at you, what curveball is out there, you are going where you need to go. You are doing what you need to do. You are going to get where you want to be. You're doing it now. I genuinely feel like it's not even the ability in not doing, it's the ability in not believing. Because doing is believing, and believing is doing. You know, like in any way, like that's the thing, and this is where inspired action does come into it. You take that inspired action to implement your beliefs and ideas. Because again, this is a three-dimensional reality, so we learn to create something physical, and that physical thing will occur again from the basis of believing this action is working because I believe it is. So no one else has to tell you. No one else has to tell you you should be doing that instead. You should be doing this instead. Because advice is so different to like being like someone could advise you. Don't let someone lecture you. Don't let someone try and dictate what you can and can't do. Because at the end of the day, I'm sitting here talking to this camera, and to me, if I honestly believe, which I do, that it is holding so much impact and so much strength to inspire people and to inspire the world and hold a very powerful, inspiring energy, then it does. But then if I'm telling someone, what are you doing? Oh, I'm inspiring people, I'm motivating people. And they're like, how are you doing that? I'm doing it this way. Oh, there are better ways to do it, different ways to do it. That mindset that they have is bleak. It's ignorant. It's closed. It is not expansive. They do not hold the power to be limitless because they honestly think that their way, this one secular way, is the only way that it can work. It may work for them that way. It's not going to work for me. My way is going to work for me. And that's point blank period. There are times when that sort of notion will inflict doubt in your mind. Please do not let anyone tell you that it's not going to work out because it's a way that they don't understand. We are entering a new age of so many innovative and inquisitive ideas. There's so much nuance and originality and uniqueness that is flooding like so many people right now. Like there are a lot of people who are so on board, and there are a lot of people who are very against it because they are so ignorant in the ability that they can't understand. Their minds do not let them understand, and they're not even trying to understand. Let them murk away. Let them wash away and stay in the old earth. Honestly, those who are progressing to the new earth will embrace and accept any form of positivity, authenticity, something that's bringing light back to this world. You will doubt yourself at times, but it's hard, but it's a skill. And this skill is to, every time you feel that doubt in your mind, catch it and throw it away. Don't do this thing where we've been conditioned to do, to let it, to repress it and let it fester. No, catch it, throw it away. I feel inspired again. Thank you for your time.